FK Arkadog is the most insane club in the entire world. Now, since this sport has been around, we've always heard claims that referees and organizations might favor certain clubs, or that some club owners are eccentric or a bit odd. Now, FK Arkadog takes that to an entirely new level. There's a reason why this club was able to win 61 competitive matches in a row. There's a reason why, despite winning those 61 matches, Guinness World Records will not recognize that winning streak, and there's a reason why every other club in their country are unhappy with FK Arkadog. It's the fact that they cheat. It is that simple. Now, you may have some questions about that statement. In what ways are they cheating? How are they able to cheat so much that they win 61 matches in a row? Well, the answer to that is I'm literally about to tell you. Just hang on a sec, okay? Thank you. FK Arkadog is located in Turkmenistan, right here in Western Asia. It was founded just 2 years ago in 2023 by the former president of Turkmenistan, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov. Try saying that 5 times fast. Now, already, the fact that a former president is the founder of a literally unbeatable club that was founded just 2 years ago is a bit suspicious, but it's made worse by the fact that Turkmenistan was and currently is an authoritarian state, especially when Berdimuhamedov was at the helm, so you can probably guess where this is going. Now, old Berdi here, just like every other authoritarian leader, is a big fan of showing off his physical prowess, whether that be from improperly riding horses or improperly lifting a barbell above his head by using his legs in the process. But it's clear that he also finds sports important because he wrote a rap about it. Are you ready to hear it?
Sport and the health is inspiration, makes body strong and strong all the nations, gives you a joy and raise spirit high. Sports is the way to your healthy life.
Acayip havada, nurana mekan, kadar tolkunları, coşkun mukam, ak yolu uyar, geceye bakan, öngedin öngü, can Turkmenistan, Turkmenistan, Turkmenistan.
I cut out about 3 minutes of that, just so you know. Clearly, someone who is so passionate about sports is going to get involved with the world sport. So he figured that the $4.8 billion city that he was building, named Arkadog, deserved a football club, and hence FK Arkadog was made. Now, from the moment the club was founded, before a ball was even kicked, this club was rooted in controversy. We already mentioned that the club's owner was the former president, but I didn't mention that the club and the city they play in and that he built is essentially named after him too. Arkadog stands for Hero Protector, something that Berdimuhamedov was nicknamed while he was in office. Like that is literally his honorific title. However, there's actually another thing that I have yet to mention, and that involves the club's badge. On it features a mountainous landscape with a prominent white horse, specifically a breed called the Akheltekes. This breed is native to Turkmenistan, it's also a symbol for the country, and it's known for its natural beauty, so it's not really a surprise that Berdimuhamedov takes a liking to it. I mean, I said before that he likes riding horses, and horses in general. But here's the thing. I may have downplayed exactly how much he likes horses, and this is where we're gonna kick it up a notch. Along with his Arkadog nickname, Berdimuhamedov is also called the People's Horse Breeder. He's also made a mandatory beauty contest for horses every April, and he perhaps got a little too personal in a book that he specifically wrote about the Akheltekes, where he says, and I quote, "Witnesses never wearied of being astonished by the steed and human intercourse brought to full perfection." We have gone so far off the deep end, but if I had to learn this stuff, you all do too, alright? I'm not going down alone in this. So with all of this in mind, that means that every other club in the league has to play against a team run by and named after the authoritarian, cult of personality, and likely wannabe horse ex-president of 16 years, so they can't exactly argue whenever something fishy happens. And FK Arkadog knows this. One of the very first things they did was demand to extend the transfer window in order to buy every good player they could in the country. The top players from Turkmenistan, most of them from rival clubs, were suddenly brought to this newly made team, and they started their history in the top flight of Turkmenistan with a 2-1 win. Now you could say that while this club is obviously corrupt and very weird, or you know, just the first part if you're into that stuff, there's other teams in the league. Surely someone can compete with them. You really think the People's Horse Breeder is gonna let that happen? Come on now. Since their creation, FK Arkadog has won, literally, every single match in their domestic competitions. In their very first season in 2023, they won all 24 league matches, and then the following year, they won all 30, while racking up a goal difference of 124. I don't know how SofaScore got these stats from the highly secretive Turkmen League and Turkmen government. Like, seriously, it is insane how many things you can find on it. There's gotta be a double agent working for them. You have to download this app using the QR code or the link in the description. Otherwise, that agent's gonna get found out, and then Berdy Muhammadov is gonna dress him up like a horse. And unfortunately, we all kind of now know what that means. Don't let that double agent get dressed up like a horse. So obviously, winning every single game 2 seasons in a row is going to end in a league title. But I'm sure you could guess that they won the double as well, lifting their domestic cup in both seasons, with of course some allegations of favorable refereeing calls along the way, including a highly controversial penalty call given to Arkadog in the last seconds of the game when a match was tied 2-2. At the moment, all that's left is for FK Arkadog to win silverware on the Intercontinental Club stage, and you might not realize, but that moment is a lot closer than you might think. They are actually in the final of the AFC Challenge League, essentially the Asian club equivalent of the Conference League, and in true FK Arkadog style, the process to get to the final has been a noteworthy one, but unlike their true style, they've done it without rigging matches. Supposedly, that is, you know, who knows for sure. Now, the Challenge League still has not transitioned to a big league table like their European counterparts, and as such, they continue to have groups, but interestingly, they do it in a World Cup style, only playing 3 matches per group. Now, how is it decided which clubs will play 2 of their 3 matches at home and which clubs will play 2 of their 3 matches away? I have no idea, but it was the literally first time that FK Arkadog saw any type of hardship. Arkadog, though, persevered and managed to finish first in their group, despite having an equal number of points and goal difference as their competitors. How did they finish first? Well, the initial tiebreaker is head-to-head results, but the top 3 clubs all beat each other. Arkadog beat FK Abdish beat Al Arabi, and Al Arabi beat Arkadog. That means the second tiebreaker would be put into action, which is the goal difference in these head-to-head matchups, and Arkadog finished on top with their +1 goal difference, but even that is a crazy story. On the final match day of the group, Arkadog found themselves down 3-0 to Al Arabi, but thanks to an 84th and a 97th minute goal, they managed to leapfrog their rivals and finish first. However, finishing first didn't actually give Arkadog any favors, because in the quarterfinals, they were matched up against East Bengal, and I don't really think I need to tell you guys how much of an underdog that makes Arkadog, because I think we all know that East Bengal is the most dominant Indian club in history with 40 league titles, so there's no point in me saying that because you guys aren't casuals, right? And we all know that. Now, despite only being given a 36% chance to win, and despite being the pretty obviously worst team, they managed to pull through with a 1-0 victory coming from a fine finish from 28-year-old Gurbanov. Holy shit, he's 28. Someone get him on a Little League baseball team immediately. Now, the second leg would prove to be a test as well, as East Bengal would score just 54 seconds into the tie, but unfortunately, it seems that Berdy Muhammadov made a call because a second yellow card was given for a faint touch on the back. You are fine, my guy. No need to scream. Now, East Bengal did hold strong for most of the match, but a penalty that could not have been more obvious, seriously, he just whacks him in the knee then poses like a ballerina, gave Arkadog a chance from the spot that they did not waste, and it helped push them into the semifinals. Now, in the semifinals, FK Arkadog would go on to face the only club who has ever beaten them in a competitive match, Al Arabi. And just like Anthony Joshua, they decided it was so nice that they had to do it twice and beat Arkadog 2-0. Pretty easily, actually. Like, Arkadog did nothing. Oh my god. The second leg was a different story, though. An early goal gave Arkadog nearly 83 minutes to find an equalizer, but they only needed 50, as the Al Arabi defense, I can only assume, forgot what color kits they were wearing and gave an Arkadog attacker a completely open goal to shoot into. Eventually, in the 90th minute, Arkadog would complete the comeback as a keeper mistake left a wide open... A 94th minute goal would help Arkadog complete the comeback and send them into the final, and also send the fans into a state of pure euphoria. I mean, this is the definition of limbs. This is why we watch the sport. But seriously, someone should check in on them because it looks like they are just forced there against their will. Like, it does not look good. Now, the final of the Challenge League is set to be played on May 10th, with Arkadog facing Sphyrien, a Cambodian club, the first in their country to make an AFC final, who is also eyeing a potential treble. They're currently first in their league and are closing in on a second consecutive title with only a few matches to go. They're in the semifinals of their domestic cup and, of course, are in the final of the Challenge League against FK Arkadog. So who are you going to be rooting for? A club going for a historic treble, or one whose owner loves horses despite them not really loving him back? Now, this video was actually recorded and put out a while ago. Don't worry, only like 4 people saw it, but I did want to give an update as to what happened in the final. I'm sure you could guess, though, they won. Of course they won. Obviously, they won the Challenge League. And guess what else? They still have not lost in their domestic league. In fact, they have yet to draw in their domestic league. The fact that no one is really talking about it is kind of genuinely insane to me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a wild story that features comebacks, fairy tales, and hints of corruption, but this FK Arkadog is a little too much. Arkadog is clearly a match-rigging, referee-favoring scumbum of a club, which somehow doesn't even compare to the fact that their founder is the former authoritarian leader of the country whose affection for horses runs so deep it quite literally borders on the erotic. This whole thing is genuinely so insane that I don't even know how to really end this video, but I will say one thing. Honestly, I kind of get it.
Sport and the health is inspiration, makes body strong and strong all the nations, gives you a joy and raise spirit high.